So it is my pleasure to welcome the very pretty Neelam to Showbiz India and to USA. You look lovely as always.
Hi, Reshma. Finally, we meet.
Yes, let's talk about Cry. Cry is an organization that actually is very close to my heart as well.
Me
And
too.
obviously, you're supporting it. Tell me what the experience has been like touring all over USA.
I just want to say that I'm pleasantly surprised to see so many NRIs who are supporting Cry. And I'm here today because of Cry, and I believe in Cry. And the kind of work that they're doing is phenomenal because it's not easy. But to work with these smaller communities and going to small villages and working on infrastructure, building schools with the local communities, I think they're just doing a commendable job.
Absolutely. And one thing about the organization that I absolutely gravitate towards is it's 360 degrees. It's not just education, it's also safety and protection for young girls. It's also protection from child labor and child marriages, and for young boys as well, to protect them from child labor. These are all very real issues, especially in India. Is there any particular part of the organization that is closer to your heart?
I think for me, the whole idea of working with communities and building schools and building, helping communities in these small villages to get access and roads. I think living in India, I know how difficult that whole process actually is, and also building schools, making sure that children remain in school, because parents are probably out in the fields with their farming or doing whatever they are. And they don't have the money, they don't have the time to ensure that, their children are getting proper nutrition, education. And so this is something that Cry sort of takes over. They're just doing a magnificent job.
आरोग्याचे प्रश्न तिथं असणाऱ्या मुलींच्या संरक्षणाचे प्रश्न अतिशय वाईट आहे की गावात असणाऱ्या मुला मुलींना त्यांच्या आरोग्याचे प्रश्न जे आहेत ते सोडवण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून आरोग्य उपकेंद्र आणि प्राथमिक आरोग्य केंद्र हे सक्षम चालावेत. जिथं उपकेंद्र नाही तिथं उपकेंद्राची मागणी केली, तिथं उपकेंद्र सुरू केले. जिथं आरोग्य केंद्र प्राथमिक आरोग्य केंद्राची गरज होती लोकसंख्येच्या प्रमाणात, तिथं प्राथमिक आरोग्य आम्ही सुरू करायचा प्रयत्न केला.
So had you heard of Cry before you were approached to be one of their ambassadors?
Yes, I have heard of Cry. In fact, my mom has been donating to Cry since the past 25 years. So I've known Cry, since since I was a kid. I know that a lot of people get confused as to they want to donate, but they don't know which cause to support, which organization to go to. I feel this is the correct one, and I'm here for a reason because I've done a bit of background and I know of the kind of work that they're doing, and I've heard. So what they're doing is commendable.
On a lighter note, you've had a beautiful career and you continue on your career. You started in the 1980s. I used to watch you as well and always thought you were so beautiful. And your roles always resonated, that little innocence that always you projected. Any particular favorites of yours?
Well, one of my favorite films is a film I did with Salman, which is called Ek Ladka Ek Ladki. That's one of my favorite movies. It was like a remake of Overboard with Goldie Hawn. So that film is one of my favorites. It didn't do that well at the box office, but it's one of my favorites.
They say, of course, you leave a little bit of Neelam in every role you play. Has any role left an impact on you internally?
Well, back in the day when I was doing films, because I was so young, I was getting, the teenage kid, romance and the song and dance. So I think I had a lot of popular songs, when I was doing films. And I think, I've just had so many hit songs, and people remember me because of my songs more than the roles.
Yeah, especially you had a great hit pair with Govinda.
Yes. Yes. We used to have like a dance competition when we were shooting.
And who won?
Here's the thing, because Govinda is very different. His style was different. my style was different because I've learned ballet, you know, for over 7-8 years. So my style was different, and he was like the hardcore, filmy Bollywood kind of dancing. So I think people found the pair interesting because we were so different. I was anglicized, and he was like hardcore filmy.
And then you took a short break from films, and then of course you came into the family business. I believe your family business is also in jewelry, and you started your own line, and you've been very successful at it. So, and then somehow you're back on TV, and knowing you, you've been very picky. And so any hesitation on becoming one of the Bollywood wives?
So when Karan approached us, initially we were all really excited, and I was like, oh, this is a fantastic idea. And then when finally Netflix sanctioned it, he called me up and he says, come over for a meeting. And I actually got cold feet, and I said, I can't do this. I'm not cut out for doing a reality show. I'm not putting my life out there, my family out there, because, you've got cameras in the house. And if you're doing a reality show, you've got to give it your 100%. You've got to put yourself out there, your family out there. And you're out there. You're opening up your life for praise, of course, criticism, judgment, which is not easy. And my last film was in 98, okay? And when did Bollywood Wives happen? 2019. I was like, oh my God, people have seen me back then, and now they're gonna see me. I said, you know what? I don't have the guts to face the camera again. So I'm actually the one who chickened out. So everyone was like, Seema Bhavna Mahi, they were like, are you nuts? You face the camera, for half your life and you're chickening out. I said, yeah, you guys don't understand. I've always played a role. I've never played Neelam. So I wasn't too sure how, it would be accepted, would people like me? I was very unsure.
So how did they convince you then?
Well, actually, I my voice of reason is Sameer. So I just asked Sameer, I said, would you be okay with cameras in the house? And, Ahana, she's 10, at that time she was around 7, 8. There's going to be a crew in the house. He was like, you know what, you're giving yourself too much importance. You're thinking about it too much. Just do it. You'll have fun.
I keep on getting the one-off offer to come back into movies. ये कौन है? Je m'appelle Neelam.
Looks like you guys have been having a great time.
Yeah, it's great fun, working with your friends. It does get a little stressful at times because, how do I say this? There are no dialogues. Whatever you're saying is going to be out there. Like, how do I explain? If you're doing a scene and you say something, like you put a message out there, of course the creatives, run it by us. But it's a little sort of nerve-wracking doing a reality show because it's different, because you've got to be careful. I'm the careful one. I'm the proper one. I'm always very particular what I say and what message I'm putting out there. So it's fun, but yes, it has a flip side. It can be a little nerve-wracking at times.
I can just imagine. So it's really real, huh? So there's not loosely scripted.
It's all real stuff. Well, the madness is real.
There's a kissing scene with my husband.
These friends, Chabi Master.
They're not Chabi Masters. This is not Coffee with Karan.
Well, I know it's a huge, huge hit and people enjoy it. And now coming back to, the cause that we are both here for, what do you hope to achieve from, you still have 2 more shows to do, and you've done a few already that were all big successes. So I'm sure that was a great feeling.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised to see how many supporters there are, NRI supporting Cry. Be it just, showing up for the event or donating. I mean, it's great to see NRIs supporting, Cry, Children's Rights of India. And we've got 2 more left. And I hope New York and Houston are going to be equally generous
I'm sure there will be. And Neelam, what's up for you after this? Once you go back to Mumbai, what's in store for
I
you?
start rolling for season 3. Yeah, we start rolling for season 3.
And any other movie offers?
Acting is something which I am getting offers, but I think I've just got enough on my plate right now. With my daughter being 10, I've got this reality show, I've got my jewelry business, which is my main thing. Yeah, so I think right now, I've got enough going on.
Sure sounds like it. Well, it was so lovely meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Reshma. See you.